One of the key aspects of making a good build and making your hunter feel much more powerful is adding the right decorations to improve your build. These decorations come in 3 different levels, each of them having varying power, with the level 3 decorations having the potential to have multiple skills. And seeing as in Monster Hunter Wilds, skills are separated between being either weapon skills or armor skills, being able to farm them efficiently and knowing which ones to use is even more important. So in this video I'm going to be showing you not just some of the fastest farming methods to obtain tons of decorations in an instant, including even the rare level 3 decorations with multiple skills, but also which ones you should be looking out for and how you should think about your build when you are deciding with which decorations to go for. Also that whether you are a newcomer to the series or someone that has been playing Monster Hunter for 20 years like myself, you will know everything there is to know about decorations by the end of the video. So with that being said, hello everyone, my name is Dark Hero and let's get started. Also keep in mind that decorations are a huge part of the endgame of Monster Hunter Wilds, and as such I will be discussing things that may be considered spoilers if you haven't finished the story of the game and are still in low rank. That said, if you are already in high rank then you're good to go, and I won't be spoiling anything besides what Capcom has already shown in their official trailers. With that out of the way, let's talk about decorations. Decorations are now split between armor skills and weapon skills, and that can be indicated by the helmet icon on the armor pieces or the sword icon on the weapons. And the skills that you would get on these weapons, either by crafting them and these skills already come with the weapons, or the decorations that you are able to equip on the weapons themselves, can only show up for weapons, and the opposite can be said about the armor. So for example, if I want to add an attack boost level 3 decoration, I would of course need to have a level 3 decoration slot, which is indicated by the 3 triangles below the decoration icon. However, since it is a weapon exclusive decoration, even though I have a level 3 decoration slot on my helmet, I cannot equip that one on this helmet. So for example, seeing as I just talked about attack boost, you can of course have a level 1 attack boost decoration, which is only going to provide you with a singular level of attack boost. There is also a level 2 attack boost, which of course is going to give you 2 levels of attack boost, and level 3 attack boost, which again provides you with 3 levels of attack boost. That said, if you are lucky doing what I'll explain in a moment, you may be able to obtain these mixed decorations. As you can see, they can mix 2 different skills in the same decoration, with this one having Horn Maestro level 2 and attack boost level 1. But don't be misguided here, the total level of the skills does not need to be level 3, as I have for example this fire attack level 3 decoration, and then I have this fire attack level 3 that also has offensive guard level 1 on top. So essentially you're getting an entirely extra skill on top for free. So naturally you will want to farm these decorations as much as possible. So how exactly do you go about farming these decorations? Well, you will start to unlock decorations right around the time that you reach Suja in the low rank story. That said, you're going to be getting a lot more decorations as you play through high rank, and that is where the investigations are going to start to come in. So if we open up our map and take a look at the different monsters that are available, we're going to find all kinds of monsters with different quests, like this Balahara right here that has 3 different reward slots for decorations. And as you can see from the preview of the quest, you can even tell the rarity of each of these decorations, as it states right there, rarity 4, and you can also see whether or not it's going to be decoration for your armor or for your weapons, indicated by of course the sword or the helmet icon, and also by the name of the mysterious orb, as this one says mystery orb sword and this one says mystery orb armor. That said, the rarity of the decorations isn't necessarily tied to the tier of difficulty of the monster, because as you can see right here, we also get another Balahara, one that has a weaker power level, as is indicated by those pink stars, and yet this Balahara has a rarity 5 decoration. To my knowledge, the game just basically gives a higher chance of having higher rarity decorations to the second tier of monsters, so that is the Doshiguma, the Rathalos, the Ajarakan, and those more powerful monsters that are not the Apexes or Arkveld and Gormagala. And speaking of which, here we have an Arkveld investigation, and as you can see from the conditions of the quest, this one requires you to be hunter rank 41 or higher, so you will actually have to grind quite a bit once you reach high rank in order to be farming these tier 3 decorations, as only the rarity 6 decoration drops are the ones that are going to give them. So that is quite a big jump from this hunter rank 9 or higher Rathalos, for example. Now one thing that you will notice is that you will never see a tempered monster where the majority of the bonus rewards are decorations. The developers have made it so that the tempered monsters, like this Uthuna right here, are more so focused on getting parts for the Artian weapons, which of course I explained in one of my previous videos. But if you want to farm decorations exclusively, then you'll be doing it through the non-tempered monsters. Although that being said, there is a chance that you you will come across a tempered monster that also gets additional decorations as a bonus reward. They're just not the main focus. And in order to get as many of these decorations as possible, we will of course have to target the tier 3 monsters, which again are the 4 apex monsters, so Raidao, Uthduna, Nu Udra, and Jindahad, as well as Arkveld and Gormagala. These 6 monsters are the ones that you want to be looking out for. But again, all of these are going to require you to be Hunter rank 41 or higher in high rank to be able to get these quests with these decorations. I believe they don't even show up on the map for you before you hit Hunter rank 41. The game structure will actually have you stopped at Hunter rank 40, and you will then have a mandatory story quest that you will need to complete in order to unlock your Hunter rank once again, and only then will you be able to hunt these tier 3 monsters. And these are the types of decorations that you want to look out for, where you have one of those 6 tier 3 monsters together with a secondary monster, as that is going to massively increase the amount of rewards that you get out of that quest. As you can see with this investigation, I would be able to get 5 rarity 6 decorations for my weapon and 6 rarity 6 decorations for my armor. And I know what you're thinking, isn't it quicker to just keep repeating the same quest over and over against a singular monster? Well, the game actually has a scaling system where if there are multiple monsters as the objectives of the quest, the game will automatically scale down their health. So because you have to hunt a Raidao and a Chadacabra in this quest, for example, their HP is going to be massively reduced, allowing you to defeat them in an instant. I've gotten short times as quick as around 6 minutes to hunt both targets and get a massive load of decorations by the end. And this one would be even better. I mean, just look at the amount of decorations I would be able to get out of here, and I would even get an Arkveld gem that I'll be able to trade in for a lot of materials. And that leads me to my next point, because you can actually craft your own decorations. As soon as you unlock Suja Peaks of Accord, you're able to go visit this granny so you can access the facility called the Elder Melder. And in here you access the melding pot that allows you to get these decorations of each different rarity and separated by weapon or armor depending on what you want, by trading all kinds of different materials, including even decorations that you might not want. Now the materials themselves that she is asking for are actually quite rare, especially if you have not been playing for a long time, because most of these are trade items that you can only obtain by trading with the NPCs, and again, that can take a long time to get them. So it's a system that you might not want to mess around with too much at the beginning of the game, but once you start getting more decorations, you can start putting some of the undesired decorations in here to potentially gamble your way into getting a very powerful decoration. Additionally, if you select meld decorations, you'll be able to craft any level 1 or level 2 decoration that you want from the entirety of the game. That said, you won't be able to craft the tier 2 decorations right away, as level 2 decorations only become unlocked once you hit Hunter rank 100 in the game, and that of course is going to take quite a while. But for example, you can come here and craft a level 1 Divine Blessing decoration, which is one of the best defensive skills in the entire game and can be easily slotted into just about any build, and you would be able to do this very early on into your playthrough, and it would be very useful to you. But going back to the process of farming these investigations, if you want to do it as quickly as possible, you can even accelerate this process. And that is, if you take a look around the map and you don't find any of these decorations like the ones I showed you, with 2 different monsters and a load of decorations for you to get, then what you can do is simply go inside of the tent and over here in the barbecue menu, choose to rest and pick a different time to skip to that day. This process costs you 300 resource points, but as you saw right there, I have around 25,000, so it's not like I'm going to be running out of them anytime now. And once again, you open up the map and you scout the map looking for those special investigations. Oh, and this is pretty funny. You sometimes get these Ian Kutku outbreaks where they just invade the entire map. It's very rare that this happens, but this has already happened to me like 5 or 6 times. I'm telling you, dude, you gotta be careful with this bird. And one thing to keep in mind is that if you take a look at the environment overview on the map, you're able to see that, for example, a Raidao and a Tempered Arkveld are going to spawn, and you may want to wait around for them, especially the Raidao, as it could come with this type of investigation that we want. As you can see, if I waited around 30 minutes in game, Raidao would show up. However, if I use the time skip at the tent by selecting the option to rest to the desired time at which point the Raidao would show up, or by changing the environment, whatever it may be, that same Raidao would actually never appear, as I am essentially just resetting the entire map and generating all new encounters for each of the different locations. Now, if you are looking to speed up this process even further, once you actually find the investigations for these monsters, make sure that you actually save the investigation before you go take on the quest, so that you are able to do the quest once and then repeat it 3 times in a row. As you can see, I am currently filled with all kinds of very good investigations from all of the time that I have been playing, so you don't even need to force these rests at the tent. If you play the game naturally, you're eventually going to run into some of these investigations, so you can go ahead and save them. it's not like I'm going to be running out of these anytime soon. And of course, if you're playing in multiplayer with your friends, this process will be even quicker, and you could be sharing these investigations with your friends. Each time that you finish one, you take a look at the map, and assuming that there's 4 people, then there is a much higher chance of you guys finding another investigation like this, so you guys can keep on grinding these over and over again much quicker. Another smaller tip that you might want to have to farm these investigations even quicker is naturally to take a weapon that these monsters are weak against. So in the case of Raidao, it would be water or ice, thunder for Uthduna, water again for New Udra, fire for Jin Dahad, and fire, thunder or dragon for Gormagala, even though he is the weakest to fire in some of his parts. Though if you just want to make one singular set for all of these monsters, then I would recommend you to go for a dragon element, as it gives you an advantage against Arkveld and Gormagala, which in my experience are the ones that keep spawning the most, and also dragon is neutral against the 4 apexes of the game, so you'll be able to deal with them very easily with one singular build. And the idea here when you're farming these decorations is really just to try to get as many of them as possible, especially those that have combined 2 different skills in a way that can benefit your build the most. For example, if I had 3 different level 3 decorations and all of them came with 1 extra level of fire attack, for example, that would allow me to make a fire elemental build without having to spend a dedicated level 3 decoration slot just to get fire attack level 3, and I could then have those 3 other skills give me offensive guard, razor sharp, handicraft, and so many other useful skills. So basically the way that the decoration grind is set up in Wilds is made in a way so that the more casual players can still enjoy it without needing to grind for hundreds of hours, but the more dedicated players that want to make the perfect builds and truly min-max every single aspect of their set, that is where the big decoration grind comes in. Speaking of which, I'm going to be making videos on the dozens of endgame builds that I have already made over the course of the next few days. So let me know which weapons you would like me to showcase first, as I have been putting a lot of hours into theory crafting and making all kinds of different endgame sets. With that being said, I hope this video has been helpful to you. Subscribe if you want to see more Monster Hunter Wilds content, and with that, my name is Dark Hero, thank you all so much for watching, and as always, happy hunting!